Okay, at the Vatican, an outpouring of love for Pope Francis, keeping St. Peter's Basilica open all night long. The Vatican so far saying more than 61,000 mourners have paid their respects to the Holy Father. Long lines forced officials to keep the doors open for all but an hour on Wednesday, and the Vatican hoping to close the doors tonight at midnight unless they continue to see the same type of response. NewsNation's Robert Sherman live for us in Vatican City. I'm wondering if they were surprised by how many people showed up to pay their respects and continue to do so, Robert.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly wanted to see what this first day, this first 24-hour span would look like, because it's hard to anticipate exactly how all of this is going to go. I would say is that if you compare this historically to the funeral of Pope Benedict just a couple of years ago, the numbers have been rather similar over the first 24 hours, 61,000 or so in the first 24 hours. They are starting to move through things a bit more quickly. We just spoke with a couple of Americans who made their way out here who were able to get through line in about an hour or so. So things are starting to move a bit more quickly, but there's no shortage of demand that you've seen here, Marni. And there's no shortage of interest in order to participate in this. I mean, you see how long the lines are stretching down the roadway here. I mean, it has created just a total sea of people. And I thought that it was interesting in this way that one person just described it to us. Once in a lifetime opportunity is the way that they framed it. And that is the mindset that we hear from a lot of people here in order to take all of this in and to say a final goodbye to Pope Francis. I would also say is that there's this look towards the future now that we've reached this point in the week. We've heard from some people who have said that it now feels real, the loss of Pope Francis, his death, and that there will now be a time to move forward. And you have people talking about what that future could look like. And there is a hope, that there is a pope, who brings about peace and talks about, uniting people across the globe. We've heard that sentiment quite a bit here. There's an open-mindedness as to what exactly that could look like. That's the part of the week that we've hit now as everyone waits for the funeral services to take place formally on Saturday here. Marni.
And Robert, as so many reflect on his influence in the church and globally, I think that is probably evident in who, in terms of dignitaries, will be at his funeral on Saturday. And that includes President Trump. Who else are we hearing will attend?
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly been interest in this across the globe. You have seen the celebrations of life in the mornings that have taken place, whether it's Jerusalem, whether it's Rio de Janeiro, whether it's Buenos Aires, Argentina, where Pope Francis is from. And that has played a role in the number of major dignitaries who are on their way here to Vatican City. And that includes President Trump, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Emmanuel Macron, President of France. But you also have Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. And there's been back and forth about if the Ukrainian president and President Trump will be meeting here in the White House, not really saying either way as to if any diplomatic channels are going to be open while they're here or not. But you have Prince William, who's coming as well to represent the British royal family. There's a long list of people who are going to be here, and really just hammers home the fact that Vatican City is set to be the center of the world Saturday morning.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.